Yeah. Like a glove. Yeah.
Don't freak out about the safety chains. Not going very far. See, I went from there. I'm just going over there. Y'all like my hat, don't you?
Probably thinking, why did he choose this location? Well, I'm trying to get out of the wind. That's what I'm trying to do. Clean this up, guys. Yeah. What's up? So today we're doing a little size comparison video. I've seen a lot of posts and had a lot of questions about the size of the DSDs that we're running. We're running the Honkers, we've got the Giants, we've got Lessers, Specs, and we have the Snows. So there's also a few other oddball decoys in here. I think Tanglefree, Redhead, Bigfoot, and FA. So we're gonna get them out, we're gonna line them up, and go over why we like the DSDs, show you the quality of the DSD, but also the size comparison of the Giants to the Bigfoots, and the Tanglefrees to the Lessers, and kind of give you an idea of what you're going to get in the box when you order some of these decoys. So we'll set them up. Got here another decoy. You're gonna find a lesser. They're big. There's one. Okay. All right. There is our DSD lineup and what we're running this year. The new Snows, the new Specs, the new Lessers, the new Honkers, and last year's Giants. So you can tell Giants are obviously the biggest. Honkers are second. Specs are a freckle bigger than the Lessers, and the Snows are a freckle bigger than the Specs. So by size, it probably would be Giants, Honkers, Snows, Specs, Lessers. But this is the order of size for Honkers, size comparison to the Specs, size comparison for the Snows. And they are beautiful. The Specs and the Lessers have a textured finish. Snows and Specs come with a stake. Lessers come with a stake only, but I had extra bases, so these are on round bases right now. These are your Lessers. They also have the textured finish. And when they get wet, they stay flat. They stay looking good. Colors are amazing. Beautiful. And we've got the Honkers, which are probably the favorite amongst most goose hunters. They pack nice, they store well, they don't take up a lot of room. They have the textured finish, so they look amazing when they're wet or dry. They come with the square bases. All of these have been used. They go in, as you saw, I single bag them. I don't double bag them. I try to keep it simple, but take care of them. I want them to stay pretty for a long time. You know, there's dirt on them, but they look good. Here's your giants. No textured finish. However, when it comes to the realism to the eye, I mean, I think that pound for pound, they are the best looking decoy. That's my favorite decoy right here. I love having a couple of them big bulls out on the edge. Okay, non-textured, feather detail is amazing. Textured, look awesome. Textured, they look awesome. Textured, I mean, that's an unbelievable looking spec decoy. Snows are not a true blue, cool white. They are an actual feathered colored white. And if you ever hold a snow goose, they're not a bright, cool colored white. They're more of a warm white, and you can tell it's kind of got that rustiness into it. And that rustiness is what a goose looks like. There's a little bit of rusty colored in there. All right, I'm gonna set out some Bigfoots for size comparison. I'm keeping the specs in these bags in a 6 slot for the time being. Keep them pretty. They don't get used a lot. They won't get used a lot. We don't have a ton of specs, but the snows and the specs together on their own will look pretty nice. So we're just gonna grab a Bigfoot up out of here, buried in this trailer. Whoop. And we'll put him down here by the giants. And then we've got a Tanglefree up here somewhere. Those are Tanglefree, aren't they? Yeah. What we got here? Tanglefree. And then there's a redhead hiding back in here. Alright. We'll put the redhead by the Honkers. And we'll put the Tanglefree. What else we got? Oh, FA. And we'll put the FA right here. Yep. Way too tall, but there you go. So, okay, here's your giants. Put the Bigfoot here. So that is a standard Bigfoot. That is not the B2s. Relatively the exact same size. There you go. Bigfoot is a freckle fatter in the ass, and color is completely different, obviously, as far as detail and the head detail. Obviously lifelike enough to kill geese. We know that. This is not a debate over if you can kill geese over other decoys. Bigfoot by the Honkers. There's your Honker style. There's your Bigfoot style. Obviously it is much bigger than the Honker style decoy. There you go. Keep in mind, this makes this look little, but the Honkers are true to life, what I would consider are large Canada geese that we're killing here in Missouri. And that, if I pick this goose up, and that is about the size of one of our big Canada geese. They get a little bigger, they get a little smaller, you know the deal. So the Bigfoot is obviously way bigger. Bigfoot and lessers, very tiny, true to life, amazing decoys. And then of course, not that it matters, but here's the size comparison for your specs to your Bigfoots. So if you own a Bigfoot or know somebody that does, you can compare. Obviously, bigger than a snow goose. And then FAs to me is going to be a little bit closer to your honker. Come on, screen, turn back on. There you go. Pretty close in size to the honker, and that is the FA brand, designed by somebody. Can't read it. You all know who it is. And then the Giant's a little bigger, a little better looking, but it should be, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole deal. Heads look really nice. They are two-piece. Heads come off, but the heads look good. They're not a DSD. Not supposed to be. But there's your size comparison with the lesser. Bigger than the lesser. That's your FA. Get out of here. Now we got a Tanglefree feeder. The original Tanglefree, made in China, blah, 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 blah. Made in China, made in China. Yes, we know that. So, the Tanglefree is going to be very similar to the lesser. It's a little fatter, but they're a little shiny. It's cloudy today, so everything looks nice and flat, but they get a little shiny in the mornings when they have dew on them, but that's to be expected. The flocking is not great, but it will kill a goose. Here's your heads. Oops. Here's your Tanglefree head. Here's your Dave Smith head. Obviously, night and day difference. And it should be, right? They're amazing. They're beautiful. Okay. Let's set him back up. Tanglefree with the honkers. A little bit smaller, a little shorter. Get him right there. Oh, that's about too far. Right there's about breast to breast. There's a little shorter, but comparable. So a Tanglefree is going to run you right around the size of the honker lesser, you know, all around killable size decoy. That was going to be bad. Father-in-law will be pissed. And then we got a red head. I'm not going to look at the, yeah, that's good. Here's your red head. Obviously cheap, but a little taller than the honkers. A little different shape, matter of fact. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of detail in them, but for the price, you don't expect that. For the price of these, you damn skippy, they're going to be the best. So there's a size comparison of a redhead, and then redhead with the Giant. Obviously, just night and day difference. There's your size. All right. So, yeah, we throw those. We don't throw these. So like I said, this is not an infomercial, but there's a reason that we run Dave Smith's. Right, Letty? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason we run them. We are not running big spreads for lessers here in Missouri. We're mainly hunting big geese. We do not need 200 decoys. I like to have a little bit smaller spread with some realism. Now we do get some days where we're running traffic and we've got a ton of real geese silhouettes. You know what? If I can get one of them out. Making an absolute mess. Look out. So, just, I love them, man. Like this, they if you're gonna put a silhouette with a freaking Dave Smith, when it comes to feather quality, it's so they're comparable to a honker, you know. Honker, real geese, and that is the Pro 2. It's got the textured canvas cloth finish to it, which I need to clean them. However, you know, that matte look on their heads, it resembles flocking a lot because it's got that cloth on it. Real Geese Pro 2. So, flocking coloration, so you have an idea. Feather detail. For a silhouette, they're my favorite. Real Geese by the Giant. obviously smaller. So you get the point. So these are the silhouettes we run. We've got some black and whites that we've painted too, homemade ones. And we've got a few dozen of these. And we've got 3 dozen of the Real Geese black and whites shadow series. So if we want to run numbers, we've got decoys to do it. These bags are Walmart canvas laundry bags, and they fit the honkers and the lessers with the bases attached, which is why I love them. The giants we do disassemble. It's just they're so big and I don't want to have a bunch of different bags. So these bags fit honkers, lessers. They would fit the specs and the snows if you had bases on them. And the giants you're gonna have to disassemble if you buy these Walmart canvas bags. So that's it. That's what I want to show you guys today. I wanted to show you a size comparison. Obviously we're running DSDs, we prefer them, but there are days when we need numbers, and we've got throw around decoys, Tanglefrees, and those that we can just chuck in the trailer and don't have to worry about. But if you're looking for a DSD, there's your size comparison. The only decoy I don't have is the cackler. But there is the DSD lineup that we're gonna be running. 20 giants, 6 honkers, 6 lessers, 6 specs, 10 snows is what we have in the trailer right now. And then as season goes, we'll add to that. And then we've got the Tanglefrees and Bigfoots and FAs and all the silhouettes to add in there when we need numbers. So everything we need fits in the trailer perfect. That little square there, is that right? Somewhere in here, a 4-wheeler can fit in there. And when the fields get wet later in the year, we'll need it. So the youth season is in 3-4 days. So I'm gonna organize the trailer for this video. The next one you will see will be the youth hunt this weekend. I can't wait to get out, and I'm ready to show you guys how these kids do. So other than that, I appreciate you all tuning in. If you have any questions, leave a comment, or if you want to get quicker replies, go to the 1 Million Studios Facebook page or Instagram. It's Average Opportunity on Instagram. And shoot me a message if you have any questions about the DSDs, and we will go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you later.